What about the guy that said that Zionist Jews are censoring
What the fuck
his
is
content?
happening right now?
We banned him.
That was really interesting. Facebook video just started playing in the background. So this is the video I was talking about, trying to find.
Like we finally got our answer about the Brooklyn tunnels.
David, if you could explain why was there a mattress in the tunnels and what is the stain? A lot of folks are wondering, is this stain feces?
No, it's not feces.
What is
it? It's blood, and basically we did rituals. I said that before. There were some rituals that we do in the tunnels, and sometimes the rituals might involve someone who recently died, and we'll bring him down there, and we're trying to do a ritual to bring back the Messiah, which is a Schneerson, if you heard about it.
Wait, a Schneerson. Let me look this up. Schneerson. SCHINRSON. Schneerson. A Schneerson. Yeah, it's funny. It doesn't come up. Karen, does it work this time? Oh, you got to. He says, check this out. I'm going to send you a picture of it, Karen. You got the symbol on your first one. The Shir Zion tradition. I can't find anything about this. It keeps bringing up people with the last name. The Shir Zion tradition. Let's see what this is. Solomon Sulzer is among the most influential figures in the history of Jewish music. Don't give a shit. That's not what I'm looking for. I look up Schneerson. Schneer. SHINERSON. Schneerson. Here we go. I found it. Okay. All right. Let's see. This is interesting. Nope, because then it just brings up this guy, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson. I didn't want that. I wanted the word. Schneerson ritual. All right, I think I might have found it. No. It takes me to Messianism in Shabbat, which refers to the belief within some of the Chabad Lubavitch community, a prominent group within Hasidic Judaism, regarding the friar Messiah. Central to this belief is the conviction that Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, the seventh Rebbe of the Chabad Lubavitch dynasty, is the awaited Messiah and leading the friar people to the Messianic age. Well, let me go check this guy out after all. Menachem Mendel Schneerson. Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, born April 18th, 1902. Died June 2nd, 1994. Or he was born 11 Nisan. Isn't it amazing that the car company is called Nissan when that's a month in the Jewish calendar? Nisan, Nissan. I'm sure that's just another coincidence, right? 11 Nisan 5662 to 3 Tammuz 5,754. You guys know that they live by a completely different calendar, right? In their cult, the year is 5,800 something or whatever. I don't know. It's 5,000. If he died in 94, so add 30 years to that. So it's 5,784 right now, or 85. Yeah, it's 85. Isn't it weird that even though it's a completely different calendar, the tens place is the same? Why is the tens place the same if the calendars are completely different? You looking at ghosts there, David? Cat's over there looking at ghosts. Known to adherents of the Chabad Lubavitch movement as the Lubavitcher Rebbe, or simply the Rebbe. I gotta look up what a Rebbe is, because it's not a rabbi, or else that's what they would say. Let's go, dude. Come on. Let's go. Broly. Let's go. OCDS, dog. We gotta do the thing where you open the door and I walk away, and then you close the door and I come and I scratch, and then you open the door and I walk away. And we do that 3 times. We gotta do that 3 times. I feel a lot better if we do that 3 times. Oh, gotta love it, man. 2,500 subscribers. Viewers. You know this, I've shown her work before. Bella, whatever her name is. She put out another video. And her videos are great. I mean, I really do have a lot of respect for the girl. Until it hits that Christian part where you just go, like, I just still don't understand this. She's literally talking about this great awakening that's happening. Let me see. Oh man, some chick lost her chihuahua. That shit's dead. Alright, so I want you to watch. I didn't share her video. I could have sworn I shared her video. That's fucking weird. How the fuck did that happen? See what I can find. I know I've shared other shit of hers. Maybe I can find. I'm hoping Algo shows up too, because I want to talk to Algo about something. Put your pink panther feet out. Exactly. Yeah, with your hands up like that, too. Like you're a T-Rex. It's tight. It's aerodynamic. You have to walk aerodynamically. Israel spending billions to rebuild its terrible image.
now wait until 2026 because the Israeli Knesset has approved an enormous public relations campaign worth about $729 million, which is 5 times more than they spent on 2025's public diplomacy PR budget last year. Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar announced this initiative as a major component, he's calling it, of national security. So it's the fact that you don't love Israel is a national security risk. That's how they're justifying this huge spending. He's calling it a battle for public awareness and the promotion of Israel's image worldwide. So they need a publicist, basically, that they're giving themselves a publicist. He says that this will be aimed at, look at this, every country, not just the US, on social media, in the press, and in civil society. That gives me pause a little bit. How does Israeli media and PR influence civil society? Here's where he confirms the amount. And again, interestingly, he says Israel cannot succeed without repairing its reputation. Well, that's not what Zionists say when they argue with you on X. They say Israel doesn't need your money. They don't need your goodwill. They're fine without it. But the Israeli government is saying, yeah, we do. We actually need to win back the hearts and minds of the population. That goodwill that we had, we squandered it by killing civilians 2-1, at least for terrorists.
People think that if they fight back, then the United States will jump in.
Let's put a pin on that, okay?
And fuck them up.
So what are they going to do to repair their reputation now that we've all seen women, children, grandparents, civilians killed en masse, Christian churches bombed to smithereens? We don't all feel the warm fuzzies from that because we're human. Here's a few examples of the things that they're doing to run their PR campaign on you. Newsmax is running daily Israeli updates, and they're highlighting Israeli accomplishments like a smart meter.
Happens all the time.
Newsmax has a daily Israel update segment.
And it's not about war, it's just about Israeli accomplishments. Just like fun things that Israel has given to the world, which there are numerous, but they don't do that for America. They don't do it for Mozambique. Only Israel, right? So they're doing this constantly. And let's go back to that screenshot if you want. There's only 190 likes. And no comments are allowed. The comments are turned off.
And I'm sure those 190 likes are probably bots,
right,
paid for.
Yeah. Do you think, Clayton, that this is an independent newsroom decision? Newsmax doing this?
Yeah, let me tell you, that's total bullshit. So I'm sure that Newsmax sitting around a room, like there's a team of people in there, like hey, we're coming up for segments on our show today. I got an idea. Let's do an Israel update segment. No. This came from on high. Of course, someone handed this down. We're going to include this in your broadcast on a regular basis. In the same way that Roger Ailes at Fox News, my old boss, was a Catholic and would absolutely make sure that there were like Catholic segments in a lot of the shows on a regular basis. Like that came from on high. So an Israel update segment comes from someone up on high. That doesn't come from some intern sitting there. I got an idea.
Right. So when you're like, update. God, I wish, Israel would stop bombing Christian churches in Gaza and stop killing sheep in the West Bank and stealing properties in the West Bank. I wish they would stop doing that. But then you see this, like, hey, they have really great, they invented the drip system. Isn't that amazing? And then you're like, well, then I forgive them. That's cool. I'm watching this. I feel different now. I forget that I was upset before about these, murders and slaughter. So obviously that's not going to work, but that was someone's brilliant idea.
So you guys have heard of the bearskin hoodie, right? It's my favorite hoodie. It's the one I'm wearing.
Jesus Christ.
Gift 36912. It's Velcro. I feel much better about 369. It's ridiculous.
I just feel like this is like almost a weird admission, but I'm trying to think this through because they must actually think they must actually think that people that disagree with Israel are just anti-Semitic and not upset by Israel's actions.
No, so
because
this is like on this. This is a good way to think because you're bringing up a great point, a really great point, which is like, who is this for, right? Because
that's what I keep saying about
watching Newsmax. I don't know who those people are, but they're all Fox News, right? They're already all in on this. So like,
that's what I was thinking. It's like,
where's this going to go?
It's like they haven't learned. Yeah, they think they're like, this is a good segue from the newspaper.
But it's like, because like that's where this stuff would have worked in the past, right? But it's not gonna work on social media today.
And that's what I'm thinking. It's like, it's kind of like going along with what Natalie was saying is like, so if they do like these puff pieces on Israel, that doesn't, I don't, Israel did good things. I mean, that's great. That doesn't excuse the fact of the genocide. Like, I'm not going to forget that. So yeah, who is this targeting?
Yeah, they're hoping you will forget that.
Right, they're hoping you'll like completely compartmentalize these things and just kind of look away and be like, when your friends are at holiday. Here's the new Israeli ad that they're rolling out. When you're at your Christmas dinner and someone brings up the genocide in Gaza, just remind those people about Israel's drip system. And you're going to change minds around that Thanksgiving or holiday dinner.
Right. I mean, you can be really impressed with the drip system. That's fine, right? And it is really smart. You can feel that way and still be against the IDF and the government of Israel.
Like they're great at surveillance. Like Israel,
possibility.
Israel makes the best spyware, and you can remind when people over your holiday dinner, when someone brings up the genocide in Gaza, you can say, I know they kill babies and they shoot a lot of people. But you have to remember, they've created some of the best spyware. And so even like your phone right now, like people are able to listen on your iPhone right now. I hope you'll remember that when you're criticizing Israel and their genocide.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't pay attention to data. I would love to see the back end data on that post to see how many impressions it had versus the 190 likes. Because if you see anyone post anything right now on X, they get ratioed every single time when they try to put out that kind of shit.
For people that don't know what ratioed mean, because this is like a new word for me over the past year. I had like last year, I was like, what does ratioed mean? But it's crazy. You're right. When someone puts out a ridiculous post like that, like all these Israeli Zionist influencers who were like went to Israel and got paid, and then came back and they're like, Israel did all this great stuff and blah, blah, blah. They got ratioed big time. I mean, people, like, the comments were upside down, slamming them for their propaganda. So I guess I just answered my question. But anyway, it means that their post compared to the negative post is like overwhelming. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to a few other tactics that they're going to be putting on us. This mind control that they want us to bite on so that we forget that we're upset about the attack on innocent civilians. Last week, Israel held a summit for 1,000 American Christian pastors, training them to be ambassadors for Israel. They say they want to do it again because it was so much fun. Next time they're going to do it with 10,000. This is just one of those pastors named Dwayne Howard. I wonder now, does he have to register as a foreign agent now that he's holding that document as an ambassador for Israel? That's interesting. Now, there has been a huge backlash online about this because Christians are saying, I want to know if my pastor has pledged allegiance to a world government, which the Bible explicitly forbids. And so there are calls to make a list of the pastors that went. X-users are saying that they will be compiling this, specifically Gen X Girl.
I was going to ask you that because... Well, Gen X, okay, sorry, but a bunch of people the last time you did this story,
all the comments were like, who? I
want to check and see if my pastor's on this list. So many people want to know.
Right. I mean, I guess it'd be worth asking them, but again,
it's amazing how none of these
I think if they pledge their allegiance to Israel, they may see it in Israel's best interest to not admit it. And so again, they've compromised Christianity. Like these people are not Christians then any longer. They no longer pledge to the church, which is.
See, this is where it's like, what are you doing here? This is who you are. Like these people are higher ups. They're supposedly really, really smart. They're seeing through the delusions one way or another. They're seeing through the programming one way or another. And yet, somehow, Christianity survives. Do you guys not understand it? It's the Christianity, the Catholicism, the Bible worship, the Abrahamic religious affiliation that keeps Israel in the position it's in. That's how this works. That is why you're Christians. I remember saying this 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't know. And my wife going, you can't say that. That's not the only reason. And sure, it's not the only reason, but it's the main reason. If you just look at how the Bible is structured, it's all about us being okay with I mean, the Bible is their story. It's not even a Christian story or anybody else's story, but it's their story. And when you see that it's like, look, of all the things going on in the world, this one group gets the favor. This one group owns, they built the phone, they talked to God. God said everything that you can see from this point to that point is yours. So even though there are villages here and there are all sorts of, you all belong to us now. And it just consistently reinforces the idea that friars are the chosen people. They get what they want, If we want what we want, then we need to listen to what they tell us, do as we're told, not rock the boat. And once you die, hell yeah, that's when the party starts. Sunday morning mass hold, baby. Fuck yeah. Don't you want to, caveat, you can't die. Like, I know we tell you it's the best thing and blah, 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 but if you commit suicide, then no. Now, you used to go to purgatory, just like all of the unbaptized babies who died before they could be baptized. And that's what the church told all of these grieving mothers and fathers who just lost their baby, that, well, sorry to let you know, that solace that you might have gotten from at least thinking your baby is up in heaven because we programmed you with all that bullshit, your baby doesn't get that. Yeah, I wasn't baptized. Sorry about that. Give us some money. And then, I don't know if it was the 90s or the 2000s. I'm pretty sure it's the 2000s. They just sort of went, yeah, purgatory doesn't exist anymore, and aliens are within the realm of God. Two stances, or two beliefs, two whatever, that they were vehemently opposed to. And they just were like, oh yeah, those things, those are, yeah, or vehemently opposed to aliens and vehemently supportive of purgatory. And I'm sure probably the richest of the rich could like buy, if their wife lost the baby or something like that, they could buy an indulgence, so to speak, that would override the purgatory so that they could feel better. But I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. All I know is that for all of the time until whenever that change happened, so many people had to live with the grief of knowing that their unborn child they don't even get to see him. If they die, then they how many people? Wow. How many people committed suicide so they could be with their unborn child? So they could be sent to purgatory to be with their unborn child, knowing that that'd be the only way. I mean, not too many options for going to purgatory. Holy shit. I bet you that is actually a very, very, a much more common thing people realize happened back in those days. Holy shit. And of course, once they abolish purgatory, what happens? Do all the souls that were supposedly in purgatory, do they just get bumped up to heaven? Or do they get rejudged? Or how did that work? Man, I sure would love a fucking an intelligent Christian to come through here and have this conversation with me. All right, back to this. Wow. I'm overwhelmed with that. Like a lot of women, especially mothers, who, you know, like it was their fault. You know, society shunned them in ways that are unfathomable today. You know, as soon as it dawned on them, oh wait, I will see my baby, but there's only one way. I'm like floored by this one. I can't believe it took me this long to figure it out. But see, this is the point of this. How many people have even said this, made this connection in the world? I mean, I'm sure people have. But, you know, up until recently, we had no way of communicating with each other to tell each other this. But this is like a huge revelation. This is crazy. This is really fucking crazy. I don't know, man. I am just more reason for the venom. More reason for the venom. Where the fuck is Augo? I really want to talk to that dumbass. Whoa, have you seen Seven Psychopaths, Christopher Walken, Colin Farrell? No. I don't watch too many movies. It's like such a boring waste of time, and I fall asleep. Family sat around and watched Scrooge last night, and I might have seen 5 minutes of it. I always feel so bad, but I just fall asleep as soon as I start watching a movie. Get all comfortable. Got the lovies next to me. I'm out. I'm waiting for you to elaborate on why you said that. Anyway, I'm going to move forward. I'm sure you'll say more. So the Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, known to adherents of the Chabad Lubavitch movement as Lubavitcher Rebbe, or simply the Rebbe, was an Orthodox rabbi and the Rebbe of the Lubavitch Hasidic dynasty. A Rebbe, or Admor, is the spiritual leader in the Hasidic movement and the personalities of its dynasties. The titles of Rebbe and Admor, which used to be a general honorific even before the beginning of the movement, became over time almost exclusively identified with its, I don't know. Today, Rebbe is used in the following ways. Number one, a rabbi, a teacher of the Torah, yeshiva students, or Seder, elementary school students, even when talking to their teacher, would address him with the honorific Rebbe, as the Yiddish German equivalent to the Hebrew word rabbi. Personal mentor and teacher, a person's main Rosh Yeshiva teacher or mentor who teaches him or her Talmud and Torah and gives religious guidance is referred to as a Rebbe, also as the equivalent term rabbi. Spiritual leader, the spiritual head of a Hasidic movement, is called a Rebbe. His followers would address him as the Rebbe or refer to him when speaking to others as the Rebbe or my Rebbe. He is referred to by others as the Rebbe of a particular Hasidic dynasty. In Hebrew, a Hasidic Rebbe is often referred to as an Admor, capital A, lowercase d, capital M, lowercase o, capital R, which is an abbreviation for Aduno Marinu V Rabinu, our master, our teacher, and our rabbi. Pretty fucking weird. In writing, this title is placed before the name of the Hasidiot, as in Admor of Bells, while the title Rebbe comes after the name of the Hasidiot when used as an adjective, as in Lubavitcher Rebbe, administer, Amshinover Rebbe, and every Rebbe of every Hasidic dynasty in the Litvishti world. It is not referred to as Hasidic Rebbe. The word can be pronounced Rebbe. Sephardic friars can pronounce it Ribbi. The Lubavitch Hasidism have a tradition that the Hebrew letters that make up the word Rebbe are also an acronym for the Rosh B'nai Yisrael, meaning a spiritual head of the children of Israel. That's pretty fucking weird, man. An ordinary communal rabbi or rebbe in Yiddish is sometimes distinct from a rav, also pronounced rov, who is a more authoritative halachic decider. The significant function of the rav is to answer questions of halakha, the corpus of Jewish law. But he is not as authoritative as a posek. The short form Reb is an honorific for Orthodox Jewish men who are most likely to have profound knowledge of the Talmud and Torah, as opposed to a Reconstructionist, Reform, or Conservative friarism. Originally, this title was added to the names of the friars at the time of the schism with the Karaite sect, as a sign of loyalty to the original rabbinic tradition known today as Orthodox friarism. It's a posek. In friar law, a posek is a legal scholar who determines the application of halacha, the friar religious laws derived from the written and oral Torah. In cases of friar law, where previous authorities are inconclusive, or in those situations where no clear halachic precedent exists, the decision of the posek is known as halach, ruling of law, or simply the pasak, I don't know. Piski halacha are generally recorded in the responsa literature. I get it. This might be a little boring. Sometimes you got to go through the boring to get to the exciting part. So I'm sorry, but you're on this journey with me. So it's up to you. I'm gonna go back I'm gonna go back to the Menachem Mendel, the Orthodox rabbi and rebbe of the Lubavitch Hasidic dynasty, is considered one of the most influential friar leaders of the 20th century. This guy is the guy that was standing behind the president of every single president. The first thing that you see them do is they sign their pledge to Israel and to Judaism. And there's always that picture of the president signing something while a bunch of penguins are standing around him, posing for the picture, like showing their power. I mean, it's a power play. It's so obvious what they do. And this guy has been there, or was there, for everyone that he was alive for. Oh, I hear a fat girl coming down the stairs. Your shit wasn't plugged in. No. I went to use it and then it fucking vibrated on me. And I was like, what? It was at 15, so it's been plugged in since, but it's only been like a half hour. I'm gonna take it, so. Oh, shit. If you decide to come up, will you bring my water with you? If you don't worry about it. Just wait till you come home. What's this? You walked right by this. Oh, shit. Yo, I got a bag of rock up here. What's up? I got a bag of rock. It's in there.
Oh. You put it on the ledge.
Oh, shit. Look at this. I don't know if my shit's not working right or if I'm just being so censored right now, but shit seems weird today. They're taking care off. So I guess I'm going to reset one more time. We'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, there are more than 3 people allowed to be here. We'll see what happens. I don't know. You know the spiel. Huh? No. Yep. Anyway, wait. Dumb girl. What do you say? So yeah, I guess come back, join me. Pedophiles, kill yourself.